stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convey. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Tattletales. Nice to have you with us. We've got a terrific group today. We have a terrific group back there, too. Our studio audience is divided into 3 sections, rooting for our celebrity couples. Let's meet them now. Shall we do that? First of all, you little Dickens.
You cutie.
He's a funny guy, and you all are crazy about Charlie Brill and his funny wife, Mitzi McCall.
You can applaud, too. This is not for the game.
Hi, Mitzi. How you doing?
Hi, sweetheart.
You
How
ready
are
to go?
I'm ready to go, and I hope I don't make any mistakes, because if I do, will you walk me home?
Yes, I will. And next to Charlie and Mitzi is Mr. John Astin and his wife, Patty Duke Astin. It is certainly nice to have you with us, Patty. And
thank you.
And you too, John.
Nice to have been had.
2 wonderful. I beg your pardon?
What did you say?
Moving right along, folks. Next to Patty and John, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scoey Mitchell and his wife, Claire. All right, gang.
People.
Those are your people in the red section over there. Okay, are you all ready to go? Let's start things off with a Tattletale quickie, and here it is right here in the box. Ladies, I'm going to ask you the question. Each correct answer is worth $100 to your rooting section. Don't give me the answer. Here it is. Ladies, if a wife finds her husband is unfaithful, which is the better course of action? To confront him with it immediately, or say nothing and hope it blows over? Don't give me a reaction now, though. Let us hear it. Ladies, if a wife finds her husband is unfaithful, which is the better course of action? To confront him with it immediately, or say nothing and hope it blows over? Now, I must tell you that that's a general question. This is not about you and your fellow sitting out here. What's the better course of action? Think about it, ladies. We'll come back to you in a moment for your answer. Now, just between us, Charlie.
Oh, my.
What's Mitzi gonna say about that one?
Well, I tell you, Mitzi is the violent, jealous type.
Yes.
And she would cut...
Yes, she would.
She would confront you right away. Not a moment, she would right away.
She's a little lady with a great big gun.
A big mouth and a punch.
So the answer is she will confront...
Right away.
She would confront the man immediately.
Not only would she, I would too.
Well, this is if a wife. But she'll say the wife should confront immediately.
What?
Never mind. I know what I mean.
Did you ask me a question, Charlie? What did you say, Bert? Tell him.
No, never mind.
Doesn't matter.
We know. The blue section and I know what we're talking about. Or whichever it is. Let's bring on Mitzi. Mitzi, what should the wife do? Should she confront him with it immediately or say nothing and hope it blows over?
Kill.
I think that means confront him with it, doesn't it? We'd say that's a correct answer, yes. Worth $100. I don't have kill on my card, but I think that means confront him. Thank you, Mitzi. That's absolutely right. John, what's Patty going to say? What should that wife do?
Well, you're asking me what the woman should do, which is not really my area.
Well, it could be of great concern to you, however.
Yeah. If he can continue that, monsieur, is somewhat... That's not going to work, is it? Well, I would say that... I don't know if I should I tolerate that, or should I hit him in the mouth?
No. We're moving right along here. This is a Tattletale quickie,
I think she would say that the intelligent thing might be to confront him with it right away.
Confront him immediately. All right. That's what he says. Let's bring her on and see if she agrees. Patty?
I'm so angry right now from thinking about it for so long.
Yes. What should that wife do? Confront him with it or say nothing? What?
First, you wait till he's sleeping.
Yes.
And you beat him up.
Right.
And then if he can still talk, you confront him with it.
Confront him with it? That's what he said. You're right. Thank you, Patty. Scoey, what's Claire going to say? Are you worried about it? It's a general question, you know. You have nothing to fear here. We're not pointing the finger or anything.
I really don't even know how to answer this question because my wife is a very even-tempered, easygoing. Really, seriously, yes. She's very not passive, but.
But we're not talking about your wife, you know. This is a wife, a general question. What should a wife do if a wife finds a husband is unfaithful? What should she do? Should she confront him or wait till it blows over?
Well, if she's unfaithful with me, wait until it blows over. If it's somebody else, okay, confront him right away. You know.
What's Claire going to say, however?
I think Claire would say, if he really means that much to you, maybe you could wait a while and hope it...
The red section is turning hostile.
Excuse me just a moment. I'd like to straighten something out. Would you excuse me?
Go ahead.
Have faith, folks. You did that a while ago? Oh, it's... No, I think she'll say, wait, let it blow over. Then if it doesn't blow over, confront him with it.
Now, but your answer for the question is...
Let it blow over.
Let it blow over. Let's bring on...
I think we haven't had the problem yet, but...
No, well...
I hope that's the way she would react.
Yes, well, for your sake, I hope so too, Scully. Let's bring on Claire. Claire,
yes.
What should that wife do? Confront him or let it blow over?
In all honesty, I would just let it blow over.
That's what he said, and you are right. Absolutely right. You see, have faith, the man says. At this point, at the beginning of our game, we have a tie score. Mitzi, Charlie, Patty, John, Claire, and Scoy have $100, a tie game, and we will come back with more of Tattletales, a lot more, in just a moment. Please come back with us. For a story, all right? Ladies, this means I'm going to ask the fellas a question. They're going to tell us a story. One of them is who gets in first on that red button and give us a clue, and we'll be back to you with that clue in just a minute. Goodbye now. See you in a minute. Gentlemen, are you ready to go?
Yeah. Yes.
Hands upon the tables?
Yes.
Minds alert, sitting up straight, ready to go. Here's the first question. A memorable quotation. A memorable quotation. John. The other two fellas are staring in bewilderment. And
now he's got to think of something.
And he's got to come up with one. John,
okay,
let's have that memorable quotation, sir.
Okay.
To be or not to be?
No.
Many years ago, two of my sons, David and Alan, were discussing us during the Vietnam War, and we were talking about how long the war was going on, and that maybe someday, unfortunately it went on and on and on. David would have to go into the service and go into the war, and we thought that would be a very unfortunate thing. And his younger brother sat there, and he heard the whole thing, and after it was all finished, and he looked up, and he said, and that will be the end of David. That's a little story about sibling rivalry.
Yes,
and,
I think it's a memorable quotation.
You think that's funny?
That was a question.
Anyway, the clue... That's a memorable quotation.
A memorable quotation.
And the
we need a clue.
Is war.
War.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring on the ladies. Shh.
No. Okay.
Ladies, we have asked the fellas a question. We have a clue. The question is a memorable quotation. Memorable quotation. The clue is war. Patty.
I think it's a good old Big Al again. Our 13-year-old son. Many years ago, he and John and our oldest son, David, were discussing the war in Vietnam. And
that's what he said. You are right. You're absolutely right. Okay. It is time for a Tattletale Quickie, and so my hand is moving to the Quickie box. And there it goes. Here's the question, ladies. The Tattletale Quickie. $100 apiece for each correct answer. Ladies, are you all right, Patty? Ladies, if you thought that something intriguing was going on in the next room, would you stoop to look through the keyhole? Ladies, if you thought that something intriguing was going on in the next room, would you stoop to look through the keyhole? Think about that. We shall return to you in just a moment. Charlie, what's Mitzi going to say?
Mitzi would kick the door down, not look at
Just the answer is yes.
yes.
All right, the answer is yes. Let's bring on Mitzi. Mitzi, what would you do if you thought something intriguing was going on over there? Would you stoop to look through the keyhole?
I would stoop so good to give a look right through that keyhole with a glass.
That's what he said, and you're right. Thank you, darling. John, what would Patty do?
Erase the 18-and-a-half-minute gap in the... No. She would not look.
She wouldn't look?
No.
Really?
Really.
She's not
She'd be in the next room.
She's not the curious type.
No, too principled. She would feel that it would be intrusion, honestly.
Okay, let's bring her on, see if she agrees with you. Patty, what would you
Yes.
do? But that intriguing, whatever's going on in the other room, would you look through the keyhole?
But I don't want to sound like a prude, but I wouldn't. But I'd be dying to, but I wouldn't.
That's what he said. You're right.
I'm just too scared to go.
Very nice. Thank you, Patty. Scoy, what's Claire going to say? What would she do in a case like that?
Well, the only reason Claire would ever stoop to look through the keyhole was because of the height of the keyhole.
Because of the...
It's just a bad joke, Bert.
I'm sorry.
No, my wife would not. Definitely. Thanks, John. Didn't mean to wake you up. No, my wife, it has nothing to do with principles or anything. My wife just wouldn't be interested.
Wouldn't be interested?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll see. Let's bring on Claire. Claire?
Yes?
What would you do? Would you stoop to look through the keyhole if you thought something intriguing was going on in the next room?
I sure would. I don't want to miss out on a good thing.
See?
But
Somehow I had a feeling.
No, see, Bert.
Yeah.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry, Scoy. You weren't finished. I didn't realize that.
That's the way she was when I first met her, but she has changed quite a bit.
I see.
since then.
Well,
And she definitely would look through the
well,
keyhole.
she didn't change quick enough for that question. I'm very sorry. At this point, Claire and Scoy have $100. Mitzi and Charlie have $200. Patty and John are in the lead with $300. Let's change places, fellas. You step to the rear, and ladies, come on out here. While we're changing places, we're going to break away for a brief message. Come back. Ladies out here with me. The fellas are on the television screens. Everybody's won some money. We have a good game today, too. Terrific couples, too. Don't you think? They're really super. Now, as you know, our audience is divided into 3 sections, but whichever one of these rooting sections is backing our final winner for today, we're going to give them an extra $1,000 to take home with them. Okay, fellas, we're going to start off now with a story question, okay? We're going to ask the ladies now. We're going to get a clue from them, and we'll come back to you in just a moment, so enjoy the music. We'll be back in just a second. Bye.
Bye.
Ladies, ready to go? Hands upon the table. Here we go. I'll only take one response, and this is the question. A really embarrassing moment. You started like this. All right, Patty.
My hair is killing me.
Tell us about the embarrassing moment.
The embarrassing moment happened on this very show. The last time John and I were here. You asked a question about when we first met, would my husband say that he said, that's the girl I'm going to marry? And I said, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't mean to sound egotistical, but absolutely. And you put John on, and he said, absolutely not. And I have never been so embarrassed in my life.
Well, I certainly hope it doesn't happen again. We'll find out.
About to, right?
No, let's find out. What we need now is a clue that John's going to recognize.
Is tattletale one word?
Yes, but will we allow that as a clue? Why not?
Ha ha ha.
I look over our producer and says, I don't know. What do you want to do, Bert? Okay, that's it. One word clue, and it's tattletale. Okay, that'll confuse the heck out of them. Tattletales. Okay, let's bring on the fellas. Gentlemen, we have asked the ladies a question, and we have a clue. Here's the question. A really embarrassing moment. The clue is tattletales. John. Tell us about it, John.
Right now, if I don't know the answer. No, it was the last time we did the show, and we misunderstood. One person understood when did you first meet, and the other person understood.
Yeah, right. Okay, you're right. Interesting. When John tells a story, it comes out as a misunderstanding of the question.
Right.
Isn't that interesting? At this point, Clarence Goy have $100. Mitzi and Charlie have $2.
The way you read the question, Bert,
Patty
that's
and
what it
John
was.
are in the lead with $400 for the yellow question. We shall return in a moment with more of Tattletales. Please come back with us. Which would you take, an Oscar for the best performance or $100,000 tax-free for the rest of your life? A year. Think about it, gentlemen. We'll come back in a minute. Oh, that is a good one, isn't it? That's tough. Mitzi, what would Charlie say?
My Charlie.
The audience is buzzing because they don't know what they do either. Oh, I guess they do. Oh, they think it's easy. Well, do you think it's easy?
It's a very, very difficult, especially like if you love what you're doing, you know, love being in this business. But I have to be honest, my Charlie, I think, will take the $100,000 tax-free.
All right. Let's bring Charlie on and see where his heart lays or lies. Charlie.
Oh God.
What would you do? Would it be an Oscar or $100,000 a year?
I'd like to thank the Academy. I'm such an egotist in this business. I guess we all are. I would have to have that Oscar.
Well,
to wrap it around Mitzi's neck.
maybe you could melt it down. It'd keep you for a couple of months, Charlie. I'm sorry, that's not what she said. Thank you.
Oh,
Patty, I'm glad that you girls were out here in front because you've got an Oscar.
Yeah.
Now, what would John
It's really
do?
tough because he loves his work, and I think he really wants people to appreciate it. And he has a nomination. But I'll tell you something. He doesn't think that that actors should compete like that. He thinks it's an unfair position to put them in. So you see my dilemma.
Yes, I do.
Plus which, we got 5 kids to put through college. Take the money, John.
Okay, you'll say take the money. Okay, let's see if he does. John? John?
Yeah.
What's the choice, an Oscar or $100,000 a year?
Both.
Here we go again.
No, I would, because the performance would be the same whether I got the Oscar or not, I would take the money.
That's what she said. She said you take the money. You're right, John. Thank you. All right, Claire. Claire, what's Scoey going to say?
Scoey is going to take the money and run.
Take the money and
guarantee you,
run.
red section.
Guarantee.
The money. The money.
All right. I love it when they're so positive, don't you? Guaranteed he's going to take the money and run.
Absolutely.
Let's see what he says. Let's bring him on. Scoey,
Yeah.
what is it, an Oscar or $100,000 a year?
Well, I found out at an early age that money will buy everything but poverty. Right?
Right.
And I know too many people living without an Oscar, but I don't know nobody living without no money. Money.
That's what she said. You're right.
Money.
Okay, you can buy a couple Oscars for $100,000 a year, right? All right, that time is up. That's Signal Sent It. Patty and John are the big winners today for the yellow section. Patty and John, you have won $500. We had $1,000 to that for a total for your rooting section of $1,500. Okie doke, gang. We'll come back with more of Tattletales in just a moment after this message for you. Published a record today on Tattletales because John and Patty Duke Astin have won $1,500 for the rooting section. That's the most any couple has ever won for one rooting section. How about that? You're to be congratulated. Now, while I've got you all in a good mood, you two are doing something that we should be watching for. I want everybody at home to know that.
We're not doing anything.
You're not doing anything?
No,
oh, you are too.
We broke up since the show.
Oh, no.
We're going to go on tour with Ann Margaret this summer.
Oh, are you? Where are you going to be? All over?
All over. Las Vegas and Reno and Tahoe and everywhere.
Oh, terrific. Well, then we will watch for them, won't we, in Vegas and Tahoe and Reno. We hope you'll be watching for us on CBS. Great conversation. So long, Miss Tattletales. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.